Hey Capricorn, welcome. Today we're going to do a reading. It's called Current Love Messages. And this is really for any type of relationship. You may be in a relationship, but things have gone quiet and you're not sure what they're thinking, or you were with someone and you broke up, but they're still in your heart. This is the type of reading where I feel like you would want to be here. Um, and what we're doing is we're looking at them and you. And we're going to ask five very specific questions, and we're looking for true answers. So we're going to ask, what are their current feelings for you right now? What's their current view of you right now? What actions are they thinking of taking or are planning on taking? It still might be in the mind and the thought system, but are we then going to move into action? We're going to look into that. Then we're going to look at your current view of them and then the overall energy that is supporting this connection. And that's why I feel like when I say that, I feel like we're dealing more with like soulmate type energy. And, a lot of us have soulmates out there. It can relate to twin flame. Very few have twin flame, but they're out there. I'm one of them. But whatever it may be for you, I hope I can bring you clarity. That's the main thing. So we're going to use three different decks. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to go deeper. After the initial questions, we'll come back and look at whatever we need to look at. I just already have a feeling it's going to be exciting. We are going to use Mother Mary, but I'm going to do it at the end. I'm going to use Mother Mary, not use Mother Mary, but I'm going to allow Mother Mary's words of wisdom to come out over the relationship. Normally I take it in the beginning, but this time I'm taking it at the end. So I want to see what Mother Mary has to say about this connection. Another reason why I feel like it's soulmate energy, because I was really called to use Mother Mary. We'll put it up there. And then for the questions, I'm going to use a deck that I don't normally use for you, but it was, and it's interesting because I was shuffling another deck, but then this deck kept calling to me, and I was going to use the Tarot Dreams, but then this kept calling to me, so we're going to use the Universal Tarot. Everything's pre-shuffled. I'm just going to give it a shuffle or two for you. And, I kind of want to say this is like a timeless reading, but to a point, because I feel like if I don't hear from someone after a certain point of time, then I may just want to move on up, move on up to the sun. Okay, I feel like I gotta take them. And we'll go ahead and put them right on top because I just feel like they wanted to come out. So let's put them there. I'm going to bring the lid down and let's begin. So what are they currently, what are their current feelings for you right now? Dun, 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 dun. Four of Pentacles. It's interesting because I feel like I feel both sides of the coin here. Like I feel like they feel that you're pretty grounded, but I also feel like they feel now, And by the way, this can go both ways, But I feel like you may be a little um, resistant to them, and maybe you have all the reasons in the world to be resistant. I hope they can change your mind, but let's see. So that's their current view of you. I like that it's a four also because I really feel that's a stable number. So I feel like they feel you're pretty stable, though. At the same breath, I do feel that energy of you also being resistant. So maybe they feel that you may be resistant to them but let's see, let's keep going. So what's their current view of you? Ace of Wands, the go-getter. Someone who takes chances, takes risks. This is, and I feel like I feel like you don't think long and hard about it, even though you are Earth. I don't feel like you think long and hard. I often, and I've said this many times, where I feel, and I don't know why, um, though somebody did explain it to me once, where I feel so much fire in your sign. So I don't know if like a lot of you just have like fire within your moon or your rising. By the way, definitely check out their moon and your moon. Um, so anyways, person of action. I think that's a very good view of you, honestly, because I feel like they do feel like you're a risk taker. But will you take a risk on them? Well, let's keep moving. So, what current actions are they thinking of taking or they are going to take? Seven of Wands. Interesting. For some reason, I feel like for some of you, there may have been a breakup or communication could have stopped in 2023. Interesting because do they feel like they need to come in and defend themselves? Or do they feel that that's how you will be? Interesting. Seven is also a very spiritual number, but it is the journey. It's a journey of really opening up to my spirituality. So interesting, Capricorn. All right, let's see what their current views, and we'll go back. I'm definitely gonna go back and look at some of these. What's your current view of them right now? Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. So that makes me feel like potentially this is someone you want to be with. But not just for the moment. I feel like saying, if you really want to get back together with me, then this has to be for for our lifetime, for this lifetime. Like I'm not interested in just dating or casually seeing you. Commitment or nothing at all. And I don't feel like you're saying it in like, you know, um, well, in a way, I do feel like you're saying a commitment or nothing at all. I don't feel like you're interested in just playing around. Um, but I do feel like, in your heart of hearts, I do feel like I do feel like you see the potential of this person. You definitely want them to be loyal. And I feel like you also want them to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. These are some of the things I feel like I would say to them, like, don't come towards me if you can't stand on your own 2 feet, if you're not working, if you don't have a job, if you're not making your own money, if your foundation's not strong, don't come towards me with any arguments, either come peacefully. Sure, we probably need to have a conversation, but come in peacefully or don't come in at all. Interesting, because I feel like, it definitely feels like the ball's in your court. All right, so let's see what the overall connection supporting this relationship or is supporting this connection. Look at that. Right next to it's a Nine of Pentacles. Card of Virgo, your two Virgo cards side by side, by the way. Just going to throw that out there. But it's interesting because I feel like independence, and I get this a lot, though I know a lot of people don't like this. But listen, it is my life. I get this feeling that, this time alone, this time apart, I don't feel like you were just sitting there doing nothing. I feel like you were building your life, building your career. And I definitely feel like you want that on the other side too. You know what I mean? Like you want someone who is also, not a workaholic, but someone who, can help really create this house of abundance. Like I don't want to be the only one. I want both of us. But I do love this energy because it is a very, it's an independent nature. And I have to tell you, I feel like when you are in that type of energy, when I feel like truly independent within myself, then I feel like it's much easier for me to love. And why? Well, because yes, I do take a chance of getting my heart broken again. There's always that. But I just don't feel like it's gonna happen. I do not feel like it's gonna happen. And I feel like again, I have to look at the time apart and think that that time was valuable. Even though it was probably difficult, though I don't feel like you may have cried for a little while. I'm sure you were sad and all that. But then I feel like then you just got moving. Interesting, a little birdie is like tweeting in her ear. It's almost like your spirit guides, or potentially this person. Tweet, tweet. Hey, maybe someone's sending you a tweet. Is that what you would call it? A tweet? I don't even know anymore. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Knight of Swords. And look at this knight. He is rushing in. Normally it's the Knight of Wands that's rushing in. But here it's the Knight of Swords. And my belief is when you see a knight, they're going to complete their mission. Whether that mission is accepted at the end or not, that is yet to be told. But they will complete this mission. So this is some type of communication, I feel. And I do feel like it needs to be had or needs to be, we need to talk. Of course, we need to talk. Look at that, the page underneath that. This could certainly talk about a time difference also. Interesting. Like when I was young and dumb, and now I'm older, more wiser. I've matured. Doesn't mean I've like everything is perfect in my life, but I do feel the growth. I feel like in the Page of Swords, I was thinking about reaching out and contacting you, but in the Knight of Swords, I'm doing it. So I'm glad to see that because, well, I mean, if you're glad to see that, but again, not sure why you'd be here if you weren't interested. Now that doesn't mean that everything will work out and this and that, but I do feel like if we can really dig into this, um, and see what caused, like where did it go wrong? I feel like you'll find your answers. And yes, it could have been one person, but I still feel like we need to know both of our energies going in if we're going to give this another shot. All right. So let's take the Gilded Tarot, and I'm going to take a card above each one. And if we need any more clarification, we'll add more cards. So let's give them a shuffle. By the way, just real quick, I was going to go live tonight, but I think I'm going to go live tomorrow instead. So just want to let you know that for those who may be waiting. So I feel like tomorrow will be the day. All right. So their current feelings for you. Let's go above that Four of Pentacles. Oh, hello, Emperor. Card of Aries, first of all. But I have to tell you, I feel you're accomplished. It doesn't mean I'm rich. Could be, but I feel you're accomplished. The Emperor and how they're currently viewing you. Well, the Emperor is the perfect, to me, the Emperor is someone we look up to. The Emperor is the leader of the people, whether I'm leading one person or I'm leading the world type of energy. Um, this is someone who has definitely learned through their experiences. And I feel like that is why that Ace of Wands is also here. It's almost like, can I measure up? Can I measure up to your energy? Doesn't mean I don't love you. I love you. But will my love matter if you feel I can't measure up? I feel like they have a very good view of you. I definitely feel they feel you're grounded. Doesn't mean you're always grounded. You know what I mean? Um, but I kind of love that. By the way, two fours kind of matching each other. All right, so now we're looking at their current view of you, going over the Ace of Wands. Queen of Cups. I kind of like that. There's a softness. There's a like a strongness to the Emperor. Like what's there's a certain word I'm searching for. I don't know. Like a hardness. I don't know, but I feel the softness, and I feel like that's the word I have to use. So somebody must see all sides of you, and the Queen of Cups certainly can be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or Pisces. Um, but this is also someone who enjoys love, wants to be in love, but not just for, again, just for the moment, for a lifetime. She does have that cup in her hand, and she is reaching out with that cup, and it is coming above the Ace of Wands. Now, it can be a he, don't get me wrong, because I feel like we're seeing both sides of someone. I can be tough, but I can be soft at the same time. I can be powerful, but I can be loving at the same time. Maybe you're someone who has taken chances in love, and of course they didn't all work out. I mean, that's life, right? And we know that, like, not all love is going to work out. And sometimes we think, well, that's the end of the world. And then someone new comes into our life and we're like, well, this is the best thing ever. So, all right. So the actions they're currently thinking of taking, look at this. Capricorn, you know, they know that you are their soulmate. And I feel like it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter what happened, but if we could get rid of all the earthly problems, the two of you'd be together already. I know that. I feel that. And by the way, this queen is handing her cup off right to the Two of Cups. So I feel like there's going to be some way to work this out. All right, your view of them. We have the King of Wands. Maybe you do want them to take action. Like, I want you to put action behind your words. You know, your view of them, and it's the King of Wands, can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We do have Aries right there. But again, beyond that, this to me is the intuitive king. This is the king who doesn't put a lot of fear, or doesn't let fear rule the day. Like, I feel it's interesting because I feel both of you, and interestingly, with the queen on one side of the soulmates, the king on the other side of the soulmates. I mean, hello. Do I feel like your spirit guides or your angels, divine is trying to help these two? I do. But I still feel like the earthly issues are is what we have to get over. If we could remove all those, though, I feel like, wow. All right. Overall connection. Nine of Cups. Inner harmony. How interesting. You have two nines, two fours. Open the reading. Two nines. I'm not going to say close the reading, but are the last two tarot cards. Inner harmony. feeling good. Again, that queen over here is handing that cup over, and this person is holding that cup in their hand. I definitely feel like these nines are representing a couple different things. It could have been a cycle that you were together, like a 9 year cycle, that type of thing. But nine to me is always about reflection and final reflection. I'm not meant to like live in a state of reflection, but I do feel like as things move, as things change, I should reflect upon them. I just want to know what I'm getting into. But this is meant to bring you happiness. And I know it's after the fact. I know that. But nonetheless, because this is divine's view of these soulmates. Divine's view. Inner harmony, childlike, laughter, fun. Nine of Pentacles, independent nature. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I don't need anybody else to come in for that. And can I just say, I feel like the two of you will end up in the Ten of Pentacles. And as a fellow Earth sign, I always look at the Ten of Pentacles as one of the best cards because it really is about the House of Abundance. And it does look like there's a lot of abundance around that, financial. But I also want to say it is the house of loyalty. It is a house where the love can truly take root and then last. And I know a lot of people don't like when I say this, but again, I feel that it's almost like, this time apart has taught both of us probably different lessons, but I do feel like it's taught us well. I mean, hello, soulmates. What more could we ask for? Well, that it be true. And that's what it feels like. All right. I don't really feel like I need any more clarification than that. So let's go ahead and take Mother Mary and let's get Mother Mary's words of wisdom over. Now I'm going to call them soulmates over these soulmates. And I wouldn't be a little surprised if the two of you do something very similar. It doesn't have to be like we both work in the same place or work at the same, like we both have, like we're both attorneys or that type of thing. But I do feel like there's similar type of energy. Maybe we're both like public servants or something like that. I do this, you do that. I don't know. I just feel there's a lot of similarities. All right. I'm not sure if I cut them, so I'm going to go ahead and give them a cut. It's Mother Mary, Mother Mary, your words of wisdom over these soulmates. I have a couple more of these to do, and then I'm going to start on your monthlies for April. Oh, oh, look at that. So they just flew on two different sides. So let's start with home. Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. Well, home is where the heart is. And then, hello, blessings. Blessings. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. And I feel divine's energy here. Can anybody give you a guarantee? No, because there's free will. Let's say this person never gets the courage to reach out. By the way, I feel like if this is something you want, you can reach out too. Like, sometimes we're afraid to reach out, but it doesn't have to be like, hey, I miss you. It could just be like, hey, you're on my mind. I just wanted to see how you're doing. And then it begins. You know what I mean? So, especially with the Ace of Wands here, like I feel like if that's what you want to do it. Have the courage to do it. I feel like this person needed to find if as they communicate with you, I do feel like they had to find that courage. And why? Because I feel like they have such a high view of you. Now, let's say at the end of the relationship, everything went to hell. Well, then I feel like that's why I keep talking about the time apart and everything we have learned during that time. Is this for everyone? No, probably not. But what I want you to do is just feel it, like feel. Use your God-given gift of being able to feel energy that's coming towards you, especially because it's soulmate energy. And what I mean by that is I feel like you can feel each other's energy even when you're not in the same room, even when you're not in the same town, or even in the same state or country. Doesn't matter. It's energy. So, okay, I'm gonna leave it there. But I feel like home, home is where the heart is at for Mother Mary. Blessings. I'm grateful for what I have, and I'm grateful for whatever comes in. Of course, use your spiritual discernment, always. But other than that, holy cow. Not only do I feel like this could be a great love match, but man, I feel like both can make money. Like I feel like both have the ability to like have true success within their finances. I really feel that. And I feel like you are probably already on your way. And I do feel like this person's probably already on their way too. And then we combine it. We combine it together. Our home, our blessings. I love you guys. Thank you. I thank you for just allowing me to do these type of readings. I'm sure you've heard me say that my daughter, who has a channel on YouTube, Jenny Love Tarot, she was doing a reading like this, and I loved it so much that I called her and said, "You mind if I use that spread?" And she said, "Absolutely not." So, gratitude for her to even, pique my interest. So, I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for you guys. I hope this helps bring you clarity, comfort. Definitely, again, check out their moon. The moon is really where the feelings are. So, the inner workings of yourself, your heart, your true feelings. So, your sun is really what you're showing others. It's like how I present myself to the world. So, I definitely, and I'm not trying to get you to watch another reading. Trust me, I'm not that type of reader. I don't want you to watch a reading unless you want to watch it. Um, but I do get this feeling like, we have to check out their moon. I almost feel like we have to. All right, I'm gonna let that be. Little shout out to my granddaughter Faith, who's on the 26th. Didn't want to forget to say hi to her. I know her and her mom watch us sometimes on their TV, so hi Faith. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you either in the lives tomorrow or I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye. Have a great day.